everyone, it's Cynthia, psychic and astrologer. So today I'm going to be going over with you what to expect for the month of March. So depending on the time zone, on your time zone, we're actually going to have two new moons and one full moon. Now, on my horoscopes, I'm only going to be posting one of the new moons, but I'll be discussing here the second new moon. Just something for you to be aware of for the month of April. So the first new moon is actually going to fall on March 2nd in the sign of Pisces. Now, what I love about this new moon is that there's going to be a great connection, obviously, with the Sun, Uranus, Jupiter, and Saturn. And this could actually be a very positive time of opportunity and also opportunity to build more financial security and stability for the long term. What you want to do is you want to monitor and keep an eye where Jupiter and Saturn and Uranus all connect with this new moon for in this new moon for you. Now, obviously, um, when we think a new moon, we think new beginnings, new opportunities. It is in the sign of Pisces. Currently, Jupiter and Neptune are in Pisces. So, having a Pisces new moon, Jupiter in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, the energy just for that part there is actually very, very positive. And this could actually help in building greater opportunities for the long term. Again, I mean, if you happen to be where Pisces falls in your second house, or your eighth house, or your 10th house, it could actually bring about opportunities for your career. So, like if you're a Gemini or even an Aquarius, you'll probably benefit more on a financial level. Um, Mercury and Saturn do connect well during this new moon. So, it kind of creates a sense of stability, security, staying very centered and focused. What also I like about Uranus, because Uranus will be very subtle but positive, and it actually helps in regards to opportunities and connections. So that's why I don't want to disregard Uranus at all because it is going to be a very beneficial planet for this new moon, and it can open up doors in the most unexpected ways. And that's what Uranus is about. Is being a bit unpredictable and unexpected. But this new moon with Uranus actually connects very well. Uranus is currently in Taurus, so the energy of Taurus, like again, kind of like a Saturn, like the Saturn planet, where it's very centered and focused and not going to rush into anything, but will invest the stability and the opportunity to make sure things are done as correct as possible. So the energy of this new moon is actually also going to be very beneficial with Pluto. Um, Back in February, we actually had a connection with Venus and Mars in the last full moon on February 16th, 17th. So Mars and Venus are still connecting with each other. And this time, especially around this new moon, actually Mars and Venus are connecting very well with Pluto. So with the energy of these three planets actually can produce financial and material opportunities. So this could be through business contracts, business negotiations, agreements. I tend to notice this more so, let's say when you're doing a home loan, car loan, taxes, tax benefits and opportunities that can be very beneficial for you. Now, one of the things that I did want to point out is Venus and Mars are at the end of the sign traveling in the sign of Capricorn. A couple days later, Venus and Mars will then enter Aquarius. So these two planets with Aquarius, not saying all of a sudden you're not going to feel that energy anymore, but it just starts to take on a different focus and aspect in your life, in your chart. So that's definitely one thing to keep an eye out for. Now, the exact dates when Venus and Mars enters Aquarius will be on March 5th. The new moon is on March 2nd. So I feel that as it's doing this transition, and being very centered and focused and trying to focus on accomplishing what you need to really get ahead, your focus is then going to turn to another aspect, creating more of an individuality and even more of an independence too. So this is going to be a time of focusing on your individuality. And so the 2 weeks after the new moon, this can really open up some opportunities for you to start kind of venturing out. So now, as we focus on the full moon on March 18th will fall in Virgo. Now, what's interesting about this full moon, so usually I associate Virgo as working hard for the money, taking on tedious tasks and projects, focusing on your health and well being. But what's interesting is that the Sun and Pluto actually connect very well during this time. And when I associate the Sun and Pluto, especially with Virgo, actually, I would say it's a time of focusing on your health and well being. And this could be a time to really take care of what has not been working for you. This could be a time of exercising, losing weight, taking care of your health and well-being. This could also be a time to take care of, getting healthier, maybe taking care of some exams, medical exams, um, tests, any kind of medical tests. If you haven't gone for a checkup or a physical, maybe this is the time to do so. If there has been something that has really been bothering you, that you just have not gotten a grip on, like, what is this? Maybe by taking some medical tests or finally going to the doctor can actually help you in solving those issues and taking care of those issues. Now, when it comes down to work and working hard and workplace, this could actually be a time of change. Not necessarily saying it's a job change. It could be, but this could also be where maybe there could be a transition or a change in discarding and getting rid of old ways of doing things. Take, for instance, getting a transfer, changing environments. Maybe old employers or employees move. And so it opens up the environment so that it becomes actually even more pleasant to work. Sometimes it could be one person leaves, suddenly the door opens up where things just start to feel easier to deal with, to work with. Finally, maybe also certain things that weren't properly working in the workplace, and I mean like equipment. Suddenly, it starts to work more properly, or it finally gets repaired and fixed to where you start to feel like, hey, things are finally coming together and working properly. So I kind of associate the full moon as a time of fixing, whether the fixing is on you, the fixing is on appliances, electronics, something that just needs repairs or needs some kind of change and to improve it. And finally, these next couple of weeks are a way to make improvements of it. Now I'm gonna be discussing the second new moon. Now, the only reason why it's kind of, it's all because, like, if you're on the East Coast, the new moon is actually gonna fall on April 1st. If you're on the West Coast, the new moon is gonna actually fall for you on March 31st. So the new moon on March 31st or April 1st will actually fall in the sign of Aries. Obviously, when we think Aries, we think new beginnings, new opportunities, starting something new, venturing out for the first of everything, the first of this, the first of that. Now, the new moon is actually going to be connecting well with Pluto, and it's actually going to be a very good time to be open to new possibilities and new opportunities. I think, if anything, I would say with this new moon, um, because it's, Aries is about new beginnings. This could actually make you open to new possibilities and new opportunities to venture out, take on new possibilities for the long term. And this could actually open up doors and opportunities for you. This could actually, relate to your own personal well being, maybe changing jobs, starting a new job venture, new business venture, new health regimen. So it's all about opportunities and new beginnings. Obviously, where this new moon falls for you is going to make a big difference in helping where this new beginning, the first time, the first chapter here for you will actually fall and how it'll affect you. Right now, the way that I would put it out there for this new moon is that it does open up some opportunities for you to, like I said, venture out and start a new beginning, a new opportunity there. What I also like is that the energy of this new moon is actually going to connect well with Mercury. So, Mercury is a very communicative sign. You may actually notice an increase of emails, text messages, phone calls, taking quick short trips out of town, making some changes for you. You're actually going to feel a faster pace picking up around you, whether that faster pace is being more mobile, more active, connecting with family and friends. Usually, when I associate a Mercury connection, we think friends, family members, and also, like I said, an increase of communication and short trips. So the next 2 weeks is actually could be easily a time where you notice an increase, like I said, from communication, travels, short trips, short it's actually even good to do research for some reason. I feel like this is actually a time where I think you'll actually notice that if you're doing to take on some research, maybe even learn a new topic of interest, the next 2 weeks is really, really good time for you to do that. You might find yourself being more studious than usual. So the mind, the brain is kind of working at a faster pace, which is great. This makes you a more visionary type of person to kind of stay centered and focus on what path you want to pursue, or maybe being open to new opportunities and new career paths there. Once you get into the month of May, you're going to be more disciplined to be focusing on taking the next solid steps for career and finances. So this could actually be the beginning, like maybe signing up for some classes. And this could actually be where you start to get more focus on what you're looking to pursue for either later on or as the months kind of start to progress. So I do like this new moon. I don't really see anything negative about this new moon. I mean, I think if anything, it's just like I said, it makes you more studious, more centered, more of a visionary person, and it just makes you feel like there's a lot to accomplish, but could help you maybe keeping yourself productive and busy. Okay, some significant days that I really do like, and I would say keep an eye out for. Now, March 3rd and March 5th are significant. I actually like March 5th more because we have that Venus and Mars still kind of connecting with each other as they start to go from Capricorn, the sign of Capricorn, into the sign of Aquarius. But on March 5th, if you haven't seen some of my other videos, March 5th, the Sun and Jupiter connect very well with each other, and this could bring about great connections and great opportunities, possibly even financial opportunities, especially if you're an Aquarius or a Gemini. Um, it does connect in Pisces, but like again, I said, this can actually be a great time of opportunities. Now, Mars and Venus on that day, March 5th, enter Aquarius. Mercury enters Pisces on March 9th. I don't see anything about any big retrogrades that we need to be worried about. But I do notice that Mercury enters Pisces on March 9th, but then Mercury moves on into Aries on March 27th. So this is actually going to be a time where you're going to really notice kind of more of a steadier pace throughout the month. And then all of a sudden, it's like this big jolt of energy after the 27th. One of the things that I like, I think mainly the main thing of the month is going to be that new moon and that full moon. But one of the things that I did notice and that I did like is take, for instance, I like the energy around March 1st and March 17th. Like I said, things are going to be kind of at fast pace. You're going to actually find yourself kind of laughing or joking around more freely, more easily. Maybe others are kind of joking around with you. So there's actually going to be things coming up out spontaneously, but not in a negative way. It could be a Thursday and someone invites you to go somewhere for Saturday and you're like, "Okay, I got nothing better going on. Let's go." So little things like this, like out of nowhere, out of the blue, fast-paced energy. It's a time of being, enjoying, laughing, having a good time. So keep an eye the first. And I would, you know what, I'm going to add the first, again, the fifth, and the 17th. I like the energy of those dates. I think they are going to be very positive, social kind of days. Um, I kind of feel that as you get it towards the end of the month, around the 28th, it's actually a more focused, stay centered, I got a lot to take care of kind of day. This could actually be really good where you have to take care of any um, projects, whether at work or at home. If you're looking to start a health regimen, it's a really good day to do so around that time. The overall energy is actually very positive and productive there for you. This could actually even be a great time to budget and save, look over your finances, maybe take care of some financial obligations, maybe just simply paying the bills. So the energy is actually good. The overall month, I'm not really noticing anything that I would say red, warning, wah, wah, warning, warning. I'm not noticing anything like that actually. There are certain days like every month that it's like, I didn't like that day. And I'll point them out for you in your horoscope for your sign. Right now, the energy of the new moons, those dates, especially around the 3rd and the 5th, are actually very good. And I think they're going to be very beneficial for you. It's just how you utilize it and what you do with it that will be beneficial for you. So, overall, like I said, I'm going to be posting the March horoscopes around the 1st, give or take. There might be a delay or two, but I'm going to be really working to get them out by March 1st. In the meantime, enjoy and look forward to this new moon.